Hello and welcome to my Top Watch channel. Today we will list the top 5 series of all time. We prepared a list of the greatest new action, adventure, sci-fi and fantasy shows that you should watch right now. Also, don't forget to leave a comment on how many of these series you've seen from this list. Let's start the video. Number 5. Breaking Bad. This series revolves around the character of Walter White, a low-paid teacher, who suffers from frustration, especially after he is diagnosed with lung cancer in the 3rd stage. Because of these circumstances surrounding Walter, he decides to turn to a life of crime, along with one of his former students, Jesse Pinkman, who works on the production and distribution of crystallized methamphetamine, as a type of drug, and Walter and his student enter the world of crime. Walter and Jesse start making only small batches of the drug, and soon they expand production, as they manufacture large batches, creating huge demand for the substance they manufacture. Walter takes the name Heisenberg to conceal his identity from many, and because of his drug-related activities, Walter finds himself at odds with many people including his family, the DEA and local gangs, and their regional distributors. Number 4. The Sopranos. Tony Soprano, a gangster living in New Jersey, suffers from panic attacks and must secretly see a psychiatrist, Dr. Jennifer Melfi. Tony encounters problems with his family. He is in conflict with his wife Carmela, his 2 children, Meadow and Anthony Jr., his mother Livia and his uncle Junior and Quad. He has to deal with succession issues within the mafia, personal vendettas, and is subject to the constant fear of spies. Number 3. Dark. This series revolves around 4 basic families. All of these families are linked together in a complex family history. Due to time travel, however, its subject may become more complex. The events begin with Mikkel's disappearance on November 4, 2019, when the latter, at the age of 11, accompanies his 2 older brothers, Magnus and Martha, as well as their friends Jannik Canwald, Bartosz Tiedman, and Franziska Doppler. They all go out to the caves in the Wenden forests in Germany. There, a strange terrifying sound occurs, everyone flees from the place, and Mikkel disappears. Later, it is known that the latter has gone back in time, to the year 1986 AD, their NS Canwald adopts him, and gives him the name Michael. He becomes the latter is friends with Hannah, and later marries her, later having children, Jonas. In the year 2019, Michael, formerly Mikkel, is 43 years old, hangs himself, and leaves a suicide note, after recommending that it not be opened before a certain date, which is precisely the date of Michael's disappearance. Besides. Number 2. Chernobyl. Chernobyl is a 2019 historical drama television miniseries that revolves around the Chernobyl disaster of 1986 and the cleanup efforts that followed. Chernobyl dramatizes the story of the April 1986 nuclear plant disaster which occurred in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, Soviet Union, telling the stories of the people who were involved in the disaster and those who responded to it. The series depicts some of the lesser-known stories of the disaster, including the efforts of the firefighters who were the first responders on the scene, volunteers, and teams of miners who dug a critical tunnel under Reactor 4. Number 1. Game of Thrones. The series story, set on the fictional continents of Westeros and Essos at the end of a decade-long summer, interweaves 3 major storylines. The first plot tells the story of Jon Snow and the growing future threat of the approaching winter, mythical and legendary creatures from the north of the Wall of Westeros that separates the realm of the 7 kingdoms from the threat beyond. The second plot relates Daenerys Targaryen, south of Essos, the last exiled representative of the fallen dynasty, to reclaim the Iron Throne, symbol of absolute power. The third plot tells the story of members of several noble families, in a civil war to conquer the Iron Throne of the Kingdom of the 7 Kingdoms. Through these morally ambiguous characters, the series explores topics related to political power, climate change, social hierarchy, religion, civil war, sexuality and violence in general. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Can do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to series and movie suggestions.